does Jen Shah do, right?
Right.
So growing up...
When I was a little girl, I thought I was going to be like on the news. I wanted
like a newscaster?
I wanted to be a newscaster.
I
And
could
then my
see that.
dreams were shattered because I had to put my husband through law school. So that went away.
Bastard.
All my dreams were shattered because I had to put my husband through law school. And we don't really get back to that because the husband we meet is named Sharif and he's a college football coach.
And my thing is, to put somebody through law school, I'm assuming what you're saying is that you paid for it.
But you still have to work.
You have to work to pay for it. Or maybe what she meant was I had to stay home and take care of the kids while he went. Who knows? They fake us out with the backstory. We don't get any actual backstory.
But like, is this the same husband? I don't know because Coach Shah is what they call him. And they have, this perfect marriage, I'm sure. They do. It's the Instagram perfect life.
Yeah. And then we meet Jen's aunt, Lahua Vincent.
You know what?
My only point about Lahua is that she does not seem old enough to be Jen's aunt. I don't understand the age difference here.
Oh, no, I get that. You can be a sister. If you have a really, really big family, I can see how the ages could be a little close.
Okay. I just was like, Lahua.
Yeah, I know nothing about anything. We're going to get back to her because they sprinkle her in to be like, she's such a great mom. And I'm like, okay, great. But where the fuck does the money come from?
Right.
And people ask her all the time, including Andy Cohen, who looks directly into her face on one of the reunions and is like, Jen.
What do you actually do?
I mean, I run a lot of different companies and businesses.
Like, she was just saying a lot of words. I mean, she said the word algorithm a lot.
When you're shopping online or on the internet, we have the algorithm behind why you're getting served that ad.
She wants us to believe that she somehow runs the internet in a way that when you get served an ad, she has the secret algorithm that made you get served that ad.
First of all, it can't be true. One, because if it was, she'd say the term targeted ad, which is what she's trying to say but can't explain. Also, there's not just like one algorithm. It's not like the master algorithm. Like Google has theirs and this one has theirs. I don't know. I don't do this for a living. Guess what? Neither does Jen Shah. So neither of us really know what they're talking about. And then one of the ex-housewives just looks at the camera and they're like, yeah, it's really Shah confusing. And I'm like, I like you. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but that was a nice little dig.
It was a good dig. It was a good dig.
But she won't give a straight answer about her money, which is a big red flag.
Yeah, and I feel like they should ask her more questions.
Because usually I would say if you were at like a cocktail party, we were doing this in Wild Crime. Stop talking about other people's money. Don't count out other people's money. It doesn't matter. But when you go on a show that's about how rich you are,
exactly,
and about like this lavish lifestyle, people want to know how you afford the jet and the 20 pieces of luxury luggage.
And I guess the thing is, when you actually can't afford those things, and then the world expects you to, that's when you turn into a monster. Right. And that's what happens with her. But Koa, the designer, he's back to spill the tea.
Oh.
This is just the beginning of me being like, Koa fucking hates her.
And it's the tea on not just Jen, but many, if not all, of the housewives.
Totally.
That it's all smoke and mirrors.
Well, he's saying
the items that you see, that like the fur coats, they're not owned by her. Any of the large jewelry that you see on her, those are leased and borrowed as well. Did Jen Shah drive around in a Porsche? Yes. Does she drive in a Porsche now? No. Why? Well, it wasn't her Porsche. That's not her car.
She doesn't own any of her furs or her jewelry. They were all borrowed or leased.
Mm-hmm. And the cars, the same thing?
Yeah.
And not like how people lease cars. No. Like, for the sake of the show, it's some Porsche or some, Bentley or whatever.
But it's not hers. And I just went, Koa!
Right. Because she won't answer. She has this, like, very vague internet business targeted ad thing.
Yeah.
But her husband, who's like, he's a football coach at the University of Utah. They call him Coach Shah.
Yeah.
And people are saying, like, it's a great job. I'm sure he makes a pretty comfortable living. But not enough for her to drop $80,000 on a party and the private jet.
Or talk about spending $50,000 a month. It's like you can make six figures as a coach, but that's not that kind of money.
Right.
And we learned that Jen and Sharif have been together for like 2 decades. And the thing is, when all the shit goes down, Sharif is nowhere in the picture. And Kelly, our talking head, is like, Sharif, we've talked about this in everything we've ever done. When someone's picking up the check for everything, no one ever asks any questions.
Right.
He should have been like, honey, I know we can't afford this chalet or the private jet. Where's the money coming from?
Well, Bravo's here. So everyone hush hush.
I know.
Also, it's this whole like, oh, they have a perfect marriage, but she would keep a lot of secrets from him, like when she threw like a $50,000 or $80,000 party. And I'm like,
didn't tell him?
Wait a second.
I know.
Like, is that like the fact that it's a quote secret? That has to be for the sake of the show because it's going to be on television.
And
it's a bad and stupid secret. Also, you can't hide at $80,000 from somebody like that.
No, I threw one fancy party in my life, and it was our post-Broadway party.
Yeah.
That party took like 4 months to plan.
Yeah.
You can't do that in secret.
No.
People have to come and do walkthroughs of your home and shit.
Right, unless you and your person hate each other and don't speak, and Steve doesn't give a fuck what you do.
Right, totally.
And
please. Steve is breathing down my neck at all hours.
Counting every penny.
I know.
Every penny. But like, you know that because you're in an actual marriage and you have like a budget and things to figure out.
Exactly.
And even Colt's like, every marriage has lies and deceits. And I'm like, Colt, not true. Not at this level. Don't make it act like it's the same and that like it's so relatable. It is very much not.
This is where we really get into the kind of person that Jen actually was.
Jen Shah comes off on the show as a little bit unhinged.
Every scene, she's like screaming. And in real life, there are moments where she's always screaming. She's actually worse off screen.
He's like, in real life, she was even fucking worse. Like, she was just a total monster. And then we see these like secret Instagram videos that somebody, I love that Koa's like, I have no idea who took these videos.
It could have been any number of us.
It could have been anyone. She is screaming at him. She seems wasted, by the way.
I'm sure she probably was.
Don't have a attitude with me. I'm going to reunion this week. Shut the up. Okay. No, you all shut the up.
She's saying like, you shut the fuck up, and she threw a chili bowl at Koa.
I mean, I was really upset about it until he said the word chili bowl, and then I laughed out loud.
Was there chili in it?
I don't know. But we see her pick up a chili bowl and throw it at his head.
And this went on and on, and she would do it all the time. And Koa's like, yeah, that Polynesian line, bullshit. He's like, and these are Koa's words, not his. He says, yes, Polynesians yell and scream at each other, but it comes from a place of love. This is not a loving place. His words, not mine. I don't know if that's what that culture is, but Koa says it is.